Hi, this is Jennifer, your BSc 2011 L Honcho. I'm going to give you guys a quick tutorial on how to go through the peer review process. What you'll do is click on your Assignments tab, and this will bring you to your assignments that are visible to you. We already submitted our methods section, so we're now on to the peer review process. So you will specifically click on the methods section that is also includes peer review in the title. Click on View Complete, and this will take you to your assignments inbox that has your peer review assignment located here. By hovering over the eye, you'll be able to see any additional instructions. The important dates for you are located here. Most critical is the due date. You need to have all of your peer reviews and self-reviews completed at that time. And you can see that a short time after that due date, it will be the post date, and that's when this Read Reviews button will become clickable to allow you to read the peer feedback that was given on your assignment that you submitted by your peers. So in order to go through the peer review process, just simply click on Write Reviews. Now on your assignment, you're going to have 3 peers that you have to provide feedback to, as well as providing feedback and grading on yourself. So you'll have more than what you see here. I've already gone in and began some of the peer review process, which is why it says incomplete here. That tells me I have not finished the peer review process on all of these assignments. So we're going to go ahead and get into the assignment by clicking on Start Review. That will allow you to go into the assignment. This is not a text document, but instead what it is a schedule for our labs for BSc 2011L. So although I don't really have any text to score appropriately here, this is still going to allow us to give you some examples. In order to provide feedback directly on the documents, I click on the Tools button, and this little window pops up, which will allow me to do things like highlight text and provide a comment to it. So let's say I want to change this from fall, or the author should change this from fall to spring, then with this highlighter showing blue, that indicates that I have the highlighter button active. I'll simply click and highlight that particular word and say change this to spring. To save the comment, just click the Save button. If I decide at a later time that I want to delete it or change that comment by hovering over the bubble, I get that option to delete by clicking on the trash can or click on Edit to edit the comment. If you want to write general text on the document somewhere, you simply click on the T for Text button, drop your text box there, wherever you're going to put your text, and put general text here. And you'll see that the text box is still highlighted. Let's say I decided I don't want to have that text box there. In order to allow me to delete it, I click back on my highlighter. And now when I hover over the text, it gives me the option to either edit or delete that comment. We're going to be encountering some very common feedback issues, things like spelling mistakes, or if statements need to be cited. That's what these are. They're called quick marks, which if I see a spelling error, what I would simply do is click and drag and drop the SP over top of whatever it is there might be a spelling error for. Yes, it's spelled correctly, but I'm just showing you that by clicking, dragging, and dropping, I can drop a spelling quick mark over top of a particular word in order to indicate to the student that there's a spelling error here. Let's say there's a citation problem. I would simply drag and drop the citation here in order to indicate to the student that a citation is needed, or perhaps the citation format is incorrect. So this tools window allows you to provide any specific feedback on the document itself. Your feedback is specific to you, so although the student that reads your peer feedback will not know who it is, all of your feedback will appear in the same color, so the student knows that it's the same peer that's providing that particular feedback. That will be useful for TAs when they're grading your quality of peer feedback, because that will matter. If you take a look along the right-hand side, you'll see that we have some questions. These questions actually correspond to your rubric located on page 207 to 209 of your lab manual. You'll notice that what your options are here is to select somewhere on the scale between 1 and 4. If you take a look at the rubric, you'll notice that there are 4 columns. Column 1 is needs improvement. So if you select a 1, that will correspond to the needs improvement column. A 2 corresponds to the fair, 3 corresponds to good, and 4 corresponds to excellent. You'll notice that we have on the rubric on page 207 the criteria for writing organization. Within writing organization, there are 3 main points that we'd like to address, which is why there are 3 questions located here. So under writing organization, we want to make sure that the writing is in past tense. We also want to make sure that it's in paragraph form and that it's not a list or a step-by-step procedure. We also want to ensure that the procedure is clear and easy to follow. All of those questions refer to the organization, the writing organization of the methods section. So depending on how these students fall under the needs improvement to excellent criterion, you're going to select the appropriate scale. If you select anything less than a 4, we do ask that you indicate to the student what they need to do in order to improve their writing so that they will fall into the excellent category when they revise this assignment. So let's say the writing is in past tense. Let's say that if this was actually a written document and there were a few slips into present tense, I would indicate that by selecting a 3. If you look at the rubric, it says there are a few 1 to 2 lapses in tense. So what I would do then is select a 3, and I want to make sure that I indicate here that there are a few lapses into future tense. I would indicate that with this comment bubble on the sentence where it does lapse into the incorrect tense. And that way, once I save it, the student will know, oh, I'm writing in future tense here. I need to change that to past tense. So anytime it's less than a 4, please indicate what it is the student would need to do in order to correct their error to achieve an excellent under each of these questions. There are 11 questions total. Once you have responded to each of these 11 questions that correspond to the rubric on page 207 to 209, it will indicate you've answered all the questions with the 100% completed bar at the top. Earlier, when you saw that my peer review process was incomplete, that is because I had clicked save. What that allows you to do is come back at a later time, as long as it is before the due date for the peer review process. I'm finished with this, so I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And it indicates that my submission is complete, and I want to return to my assignments. Now I can go ahead and click on my next assignment. It says that I am 91% complete, so I'm going to see where it is. I may have not indicated, there's where I'm missing. So I'm just going to click a value for my last question here. You'll see that there are some comments located on this particular document that was submitted here. Now that I'm 100% complete, I can click submit and return to my inbox. And this will allow me to see. I refresh my window. You can now see that these 2 are complete. I'm going to finish my self-review. And so this is the document that I submitted. If you're interested in seeing a cheesecake recipe, that's what you'll find here. I'm going to go ahead and just select my rubric requirements here for the 11 questions. And I'll put a comment that this looks delicious. Because it is. And click save and submit. And I am now finished with the peer review process. I should have complete shown for all, and I'm done before my due date. And that's it.